there. Oh, there's still some ice out, but it'll be gone soon, getting closer to summer. So, out walking the dog. He's across over there. Let's see if I can show him. Henry! Come here! Come here, puppy! Henry! Come! 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 Come on. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. What's up, Jackson? How are you? Here comes Henry J. Hi, buddy. I just thought that I would say hello. And I'm taking the dog for a walk. And then we're going to the movies. My son is going to see a movie with one of his friends. And me and my mother are going to, it's Tom and Jerry. Nothing wrong with Tom and Jerry. If I have to pick who's my favorite, it's Tom, because I love cats. But it's cool, and it's with a friend that in the past there were some issues, but this person has gone through some changes and is doing a lot better. So I'm slowly easing myself into this because I do not want the stuff that happened before to happen. I want it to be, one of those, I just want it to be a joyous occasion, something that people can, be happy that they were there for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want that to be what it is. I have bipolar 1, but I haven't had a manic episode in quite a while, so I think it's because it's on a spectrum. I'll always be somebody who is susceptible to mania because I've had it more than once. However, I believe it's oh my god, what do you call it? I forgot the term that they used, but it's written down at my house. But basically it's like bipolar, but without the severe mania. I have like mixed episodes, reoccurrent episodes. I still have like hallucinations. I don't know about delusions. I don't know. If you have a delusion, do you actually know that you're having one? I think sometimes if you are a little bit more aware, you might be able to be like, this might not seem right. But sometimes I don't know if you actually know you're having a delusion, because it's a belief rather than, something that like, oh, that person really isn't there, but yeah, I forgot the term, but I will put the term below somewhere once I get back and I'm able to do that, so What type do you have? Just curious if you're willing to share. Yeah. So what's your experience? Has it been, have you gone from like having a really hard time now you're like, okay, I know how to manage it the best that I can and I'm doing the best that I can? Because that's where I'm at. I'm managing right now. I can say that I'm not on any mood stabilizers because the thing that was prevalent for the last couple of years for me was more PTSD and borderline. So there was a lot of anxiety, like high anxiety. I was actually to the point of being like agoraphobic. Like I wasn't even going outside. But that was, a few years ago. I would make videos sometimes outside and whatnot, but I wouldn't like leave to go anywhere at all unless I absolutely had to. Because I do have a child and there's that mom in me that no matter how bad things are for me, I still have to make sure Oh, okay, push me. That he is attended to. I'm sorry. Henry J wants to say hello. Hi. Say hello, Henry. 'Cause we're on a walk today and we're so happy. This isn't going to be a very long stream because I do have to walk him and then get back, and because we have to go pick up my son's friend, and then they want to hang out a little bit and see, movie times and whatnot. So, I wanted to check in real quick with you guys and just see how everyone's doing, just how is everybody, how are you? He's on my leg, you're on my leg, I'm bouncing him on my leg. Oh, yeah, my boy. You my boy. That's right, give me kisses. Oh, yes. What? It's just chapstick. It's chapstick. Yeah. He's the star of the show today, okay? It's Henry J, and he's the star. You got something to say, buddy? He says, yeah, it's all about me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if in the future a mood stabilizer will be something that I'm put on. I guess it depends. So, and also when having a lot of the physical things that like dealing with pain, physical pain. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, when I have a lot of pain, sometimes certain symptoms from whichever disorder gets minimized in some way. It's like my brain says, nope, we're dealing with physical pain right now, and that's the only thing that matters. But what comes out of that is anxiety and depression. So I got to be real careful with recognizing, am I depressed? What is my anxiety level? And how to manage that. And I can say, and it doesn't mean just for people with borderline, but anybody, whether you have a diagnosis of any kind or not, it doesn't matter. Using DBT skills, they're really, instead of calling them DBT skills, they're more like life skills. And they can help at any age of your life. It's hard when you start doing it at first because you're focusing all the attention on yourself. And sometimes that's very hard to do because you're looking at how you behave, how you deal with situations, how you deal with people. And it's not about the other person, it's about how you deal with things and how you can make your life less stressful. So I recommend a DBT class or a therapist that is well versed in DBT. Like, do your research. When you go to a therapist, they ask you a lot of questions, right? Ask them questions back. Ask them what their specialties are. Ask them, where they went to school. Ask them the questions that you need for the type of help that you need, because not everyone went and got training for certain things. Like, for instance, domestic violence. People might be like, yeah, okay. But ask them, where was your training? What is your training? How long have you been doing it? That type of thing. So you really know if they are trained in whatever it is. That's just a little advice there. When I'm manic, I'm very excited and don't sleep and do a lot of bad behavior. I do have PTSD. Yeah, and social anxiety. Yeah. I think that's kind of like almost a standard for a lot of people that have bipolar, is whether it's mania or hypomania, there is that, like, I can do anything, nothing's going to touch me, and I feel fantastic about it, until you crash, and then you're like, oh shit. So I really understand what that's like, and there are times when I want to do all these things, but I think with doing DBT for so many years, I can have a thought of, I want to go and buy this and do this and do this and do this, but then I have, no, you can't do that. And why can't you do that? But what is available for me to do? So can I buy something? Yes, but set a limit. Like a lot of it is, once you get the symptoms under control, however that is, whether it's therapy, medication, both, whatever that is, meditation, there's so many different things that you can do to help improve your body, in terms of how your brain works and things like that, that can help you in those situations. So a lot of it is recognizing the behavior and then stopping yourself and saying to yourself, is this choice going to benefit me? Like, what are the pros and cons? Things like that. Even if it is with bipolar or whatever it is, that is something that can help you tremendously, because you're stopping yourself first and foremost. You're thinking about it. Then you make a plan, a rational plan that benefits you rather than harms you. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying every time it works, but it does help. It really does. Sorry for the wind. It's windy out today, but it's sunny, so yay! Yeah, I feel the same way, and until I crash, yeah, I do have shopping problems, and you always feel guilty. Well, guilt, is a hard one to deal with. I think when you recognize, yeah, like you said, like you're naming the problem that you spend a lot. I'm not saying that's the only thing, but let's just go with spending, right? So you spend a lot. So the moment you have that thought, that urge, tell yourself, stop a minute. Why do I want to spend money? Do I have the money to spend, first of all? Have I paid the bills I need? Like, if you start thinking about these things, it can help to lessen that urge. And I'm not, like I said, it's not 100%, but over time, it does help you to think and stop and look at the situation objectively before you act. You want to think, you want to know what's happening before you act. And it is a very hard thing to do when you're dealing with a mental illness, because a lot of times it's not about what you're thinking, it's about how you're feeling. It's about your brain just going, I don't care about the consequences, let's do this, and it takes a lot. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anything, and that's not what I'm saying at all. I still have a lot of issues. I am nowhere near where I want to be, but I am on the journey to getting closer to where I want to be, and I'm proud of that. And you should always tell yourself the things that you're proud about yourself. Like, if you're like, okay, today I didn't go on a spending spree, congratulate yourself for that. It's all the little things. It really is. And if you start doing that, like positive affirmations in a way, like you get up today, like, hey, I feel great today. I'm going to work today, or I'm going to school today, or I'm doing whatever today, and that's going to make a difference in my life because I am contributing, something like that. That way, if you're thinking about spending or whatever it is that you're thinking of doing, you're redirecting your brain. It's all about redirection and pulling. It's kind of like, think about a dog. When you're training a dog, when their attention is all over the place because they follow their nose. But eventually, over time of training, the dog learns this behavior is okay, this behavior is not okay, because there's consequences for each behavior. One, you get a cookie or a treat or praised. The other one, well, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that in a way. Just kind of think of it like that. You're trying to retrain your brain into how to think, into being able to stop those impulses, or at least recognizing the impulse. And even if you still do the behavior, own the behavior. Be like, yes, I did this. Okay, next time when this, like, try to have a plan, and also have a care team as much as you can. Counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist. I know they're doing online support groups right now, family, friends, anyone to be like, hey, listen, Joe Schmo, I don't think you need to be going out today and doing whatever you're doing. I know, honey, I'm almost done. So yeah, work.
working on those things, I think is really important and very, very helpful. If, like I said, at first it's very difficult if you've never done DBT. It's really hard, and a lot of people feel like they can't do it. But the more you do it, the more it starts to become second nature. Kind of like anything you do, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And like I said, it's not just for people who have mental disorders. To me, these are life skills. I think they should be taught like in kindergarten and all the way up, you know, to 12th grade, and maybe have it, in jobs and stuff, especially stressful jobs, um, like frontline workers and stuff like that, have something that they can do to relieve a lot of that stress that they go through on a daily basis. So yeah, I do recommend DBT to anyone who is alive that feels that their choices might be out of control, their emotions might be out of control. They need a way to learn how to regulate themselves, learn how to talk to people, those kind of things. So yeah, I do recommend that, and I do think it helps for anybody. Um, and the guilt thing, a lot of that is, you're recognizing how you're feeling, and that is a wonderful thing. You recognize, okay, I feel guilty. So your next step is to do what? Name what behavior makes you guilty, and then write down or say out loud, or however you want to do it, what can you do differently the next time this urge or this thought or this feeling occurs? Who can you talk to before you do it? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Sort of like with AA, people have sponsors. So like they get the urge to drink or do drugs or whatever it is they're going to do, and they call their sponsor, and then they get that support so they don't do that thing. So kind of think of it in that way. It takes time. It sometimes you're gonna be like, yep, I just spent $100 and I don't have $100, um, but then you deal with the situation and you learn from it. So if you can learn from it and you can learn about yourself, then you can manage your emotions, you can manage whatever it is that's going on, and you can help yourself. So that's why I'm going for a walk and walking, because one, I'm trying to benefit my mind, I'm trying to benefit my emotions, I'm trying to benefit Dougie, and I'm trying to benefit, you know, my weight and everything. So yeah, let's see. Do I still have bipolar episodes? Yes, I still do. They're not, as like I said earlier in this, a lot of what I've been dealing with lately has been post-traumatic stress and borderline. But I do still have hallucinations. I do still get those feelings of, okay, I just want to drive to Florida today. Let's go to Florida. Like, I can't do that. I mean, I can, but doing that would totally mess with everything, because it's not just me that's involved. I have a child, so um and I, like I said, that's where the DBT comes in. And I think a lot is the DBT. It's taking hold of your mind, being able to, like, I have that urge, I have that wanting to do it. My brain is going, let's go, 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 let's go. But I have to tell myself, no, we want to do that, but we can't do that. And it's hard. It really is hard to deal with that, especially when you have hallucinations. And a lot of times I don't mention that I'm having hallucinations, or things feel weird, or I have these emotions. He just walked backwards, because I'm trying not to make it the forefront of everything. But yeah, the only thing I haven't had is like full blown mania. I've had hypomania. I have mixed episodes. I have rapid cycling. I have hallucinations, um, which is, they would technically classify that as psychosis. So I do still have those symptoms. They're just not as prevalent right at this moment. And I hope that they're not, because you can go a long time without having symptoms or severe symptoms, and then suddenly one day it comes back, you know. So it's all about the day to day and taking care of yourself and just doing the best that you can, making sure that you are talking to some sort of counselor that's well versed in whatever area that you need, having a support system of whatever type that is. And like I said, I recommend DBT class, a therapist that is well versed in DBT, and go from there and just take it one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time. That's all you can do. And just move forward, and slowly things will get better. You know, we will always have what we have, but we can manage it and we can make it a little bit less than what it was. So yeah, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I wanted to see how everyone was doing. Thank you for talking with me. And I gotta finish the walk with my dog, and then I gotta go because we're going to a movie, going to see Tom and Jerry. You know what I'm saying, right? I don't know why I'm talking like that. So yeah, all right. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Say bye, Henry. Henry. Hi. Hey, pay attention. Pay attention. See, he isn't. Say bye. Say bye, Henry. All right. I love you guys. Bye.